On this episode of Jeffito's Movie Blog, join me and a special guest as we discuss The Hitman's Bodyguard, the new movie starring Ryan Reynolds and Samuel L. Jackson. Welcome back to Jeffito's Movie Blog. I'm Jeff Malicki, and if you love movies as much as I do, hit that subscribe button. I bring you movie news, movie reviews, trailer reaction videos, movie trivia schmodown play-alongs, box office predictions, and so much more. So hit the subscribe button and then click that little bell notification icon so you don't miss anything. Joining me today is my good friend Russell Howell. Russell, how you doing, man?
Good, Jeff. Thank you for having me on today. I appreciate it.
Hey, not a problem. So Hitman's Bodyguard. I really liked it. I thought it was a good, fun, kind of mid-budget action comedy. What did you think about it?
I enjoyed it. I really liked it. It had a lot of action in it and a lot of comedic roles. I thought Samuel Jackson and Ryan Reynolds played great off each other. So definitely entertaining in the action department, and it didn't hurt that you laughed a lot during the movie either. So
Yeah, absolutely. And the story itself was mediocre at best, but it's like I always say, you can forgive a bad story in a movie as long as it fulfills the genre. In this case, it was an action comedy, and there's a lot of action and quite a few laugh out loud moments. I mean, there was several times when I literally laughed out loud, and I just really thought it was really well done, definitely worth seeing, and the chemistry between the two leads was fantastic.
I agree. I thought they both played well off each other. Like how you said, it's not one of those elaborate, storylines you're going into thinking, oh, this is going to be an Oscar-winning movie. It basically lived up to what it was going to do. It was going to be an action movie that provided laughs. It did that. And like how you said, yeah, it didn't. The story could have been a lot better, but again, when you're working with that type of movie like that in that genre, I mean, you're going to get what you're going to get, but it delivered and it was entertaining. So
yeah, absolutely. So let's talk about the good.
Okay.
First. I really liked the chemistry between Ryan Reynolds and Samuel L. Jackson. To me, that was the best part of the movie. Just their banter back and forth and the way that they played off each other and riffed off each other. I'm not sure how much was ad-libbed, how much was scripted, but the way that they played off each other was fantastic.
Absolutely, I agree. They just had that natural chemistry on the screen. And it was funny because you're thinking, oh, it's Nick Fury and Deadpool playing around with each other. But,
right, exactly.
But no, it was, like I said, it was good. It didn't fail at the point of laughters. I mean, it definitely kept delivering. Samuel Jackson, his typical MFs that he dropped during the movie.
Oh yeah, I don't know how many F-bombs he dropped. I mean, it's mother effing this, mother effing that,
yeah.
and I mean,
if
you're easily offended by language, this is not the movie for you.
No. And I feel like only Samuel L. Jackson can get away with saying MF all that, and then we just laugh about it. So it was definitely entertaining in that aspect, though. But like I said...
Oh, absolutely. And there was even one point in the film where Ryan Reynolds jokes that he ruined Mother Effer.
Yeah. Yeah, and it was funny because it was like you almost wanted to say... I remember the one part of the movie where it was like, oh, TikTok, MFer, And it was just like, what's the next phrase he's going to use to throw in the MF? But I don't know. Like I said, it was funny, definitely enjoyable. Okay.
Yeah, Salma Hayek was fantastic as his wife. She had a lot of great comedic moments. Everybody involved did a good job, but I keep coming back to the way that the two leads played off each other. And I really hope that this movie does well, not only because I want to see more of these kinds of movies, but hopefully it will encourage Reynolds and Jackson to do more stuff together because they're just a natural fit.
Yeah, for sure.
Like I said, I'm not sure how much was ad-libbed, how much was scripted, but their chemistry on screen was phenomenal.
I feel like a lot of that maybe was ad-lib, but I mean, I really don't know. It could have been scripted. I doubt it. It just seemed how it was just like it naturally flowed. I don't think the writer wrote the script like that. I just think he was like, all right, you guys are big stars. Go ahead and, I'm stepping back. I'll just watch you guys go ahead and do it on the screen. I think that's maybe how he went about it. I don't know.
Yeah, and, the other thing is the movie does not take itself too seriously, and I think it's better for that. So again, I think a lot of it was ad-libbed, and just the two of them having fun with a very weak story, like we discussed. But, it's so thoroughly entertaining that I definitely recommend seeing this.
Yeah, I absolutely do too. Like I said, if you're going for an action adventure movie that's going to make you laugh, you're in for it with the Hitman's Bodyguard. If you're looking for an elaborate plot, if you're looking for all that type of action adventure movie, you might want to stay clear of this one. But all in all, I can definitely recommend it. I enjoyed it. I went in knowing what the movie was going to do, and it fulfilled that. So I definitely recommend it.
Yeah, and I really don't have any negatives per se, except that some of the fire effects and the explosions, I could tell were kind of CG.
Uh-huh.
And that kind of diminished the effect for me, but it wasn't that bad. And like I said, it was only some of them. There's one in particular I don't remember exactly, but as I saw it, I thought, okay, that's fake.
Yeah.
And so that kind of took me out of the moment just a little bit. But overall, a really fun time.
For sure. One thing that I had heard that people were complaining about, and I kind of think back on it watching it last night, and I agree that they played a ton of music. Like there was a ton of montage music in there, a lot. You know what I mean? In different scenes.
They did, and I don't know if that's a trend that's happening in Hollywood or not, but I mentioned it in Atomic Blonde, and now here, they're kind of following the Baby Driver.
Yeah, that's what I noticed.
Kind of motif. Where they're incorporating music actually into the scene, almost like a music video.
Yeah.
And, it's not, I don't think it's copycat quite yet because, they all have come out within a few months of each other, and the production is, several months or more. So I don't think it's quite copycat, but it's definitely a trend. I like it for the most part. I thought here it worked. Atomic Blonde, it worked. But it really worked really well in Baby Driver.
For sure, because the music really carried that. Because the emotion of the music pretty much carried the story. So whatever you're feeling in the song, you're feeling in the movie. They put that together perfectly, I thought too.
Yeah, and if it is a trend, I'd like for it to continue as long as it does not get old. As long as it does not, become old hat and just copycat everything. But if we continue to get it in these kind of action and action comedy movies, yeah, I'm all for it.
No, I am too.
All right. Any other negatives or anything else that you want to talk about?
No. Like I said, the whole Gary Oldman, dictator of Belarus thing, that worked out pretty well, and I like how they tied in the story with Sam Jackson was the one that had to go and testify. Yeah, I like I said, I did enjoy it. The movie, like I said, didn't have an elaborate plot. You kind of knew who was going to be crooked in the movie. So, I mean, it wasn't really it wasn't a surprise, Yeah,
there were enough twists to keep the story from being a complete mediocre, just kind of whatever. There were a handful of twists that I'm not going to get into here.
Yeah.
For the sake of our viewers. But, it was very, I don't want to say predictable, but there were enough twists to keep it entertaining.
Yeah.
And the whole movie itself was just thoroughly entertaining, and I had a great time with it.
As did I. I had a good time watching it, so definitely recommend it.
All right, so final score, I think I'm going to give Hitman's Bodyguard a 4 out of 5. Tempted to go 4.5, but I'm going to give it a solid 4.
I'd have to agree with you. I'd go 4 out of 5, and when usually I rate the movies, I go 1 to 100. I would say I'd rate it up in between the 70s and 80s. So yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. It's just a fun time. I'm not entirely sure if it's one that you need to actually rush out and see in theaters. I'm not sure how much the big screen experience adds to the movie or not. But definitely, if you've seen the trailers and if it interests you, if you like these kind of mid-budget action comedy movies, definitely worth renting on Netflix or Redbox or on demand. Definitely worth seeing regardless. All right, Russell, tell everybody where we can find you on YouTube. I know that you're just starting out. We're going to try to grow your channel here as quickly as possible. So
it's
where you can be found.
I absolutely appreciate it. It's Howell's Hollywood Reviews. That's on YouTube. And you can find me at HHWood Reviews on Instagram and Twitter. So, yeah. But I appreciate everything you guys have been doing.
Absolutely. Anytime. I will throw a link for Russell's channel here in the description. You can go ahead and check him out. Give him a like. Be sure to subscribe. Thank you so much as always for watching. And until next time, I will see you at the movies. Bye-bye.